Hi, I'm Tommy with RCX News,
And I'm Travis from Checkpoint Ahead.
and we have a ton of good books this week, and we'll be right back in a minute to talk about my frustration with Superman. All right. The first book I've chosen to talk about this week is the new issue of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, number 18. We're in season, 50 at this point. This was a super fun issue. It's the end of a story arc where Angel and Spike are finally together in the same room with Buffy, who is currently in a relationship with Spike. I know that sounds awful soapy, and it is, but that's part of why Buffy is so much fun. They have to basically fight their dad, Spike and Angel, that is, the demon that made them into vampires. There's a lot of drama, a lot of melodrama. If you are into that sort of thing, it's a fun book to read. I highly recommend picking it up if you're a fan of the TV series.
Yeah, I mean, I love Buffy. Did not know about her and Spike being together. I mean, there's definitely hinted at towards the end of the series, but that's...
It took a while to get there.
Yeah.
And it's still, it's Spike and Buffy. So
Right.
there's a lot of dramas.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. I'll definitely have to check that out. My pick of the week, or my first pick of the week, rather, would be Star Wars. This is actually Stuart Immonen's first issue of the series, taking over from John Cassidy, and it's written by Jason Aaron. This book is probably one of the better issues so far, not only because of Stuart and Immonen's awesome art, but also just because you get to learn more about the big reveal from last issue, which was, spoiler alert, Han Solo has a wife. In this case, you don't really find out everything to know about her. There's still some mystery left over, but there's really cool character interactions between Han and Leia. You really get to see them kind of at their height of their kind of like will they, won't they kind of tension. So it's definitely amazing. Definitely check it out.
Height of their quippiness.
Exactly.
All right, next up, I've got Superman, Wonder Woman. I'm having a hard time liking these books because for my entire life, Superman has been a character that I just couldn't get a handle on.
Right.
It's not a character that I liked. But since post-Convergence, DC's really been doing a good job, especially with Superman. We've got a depowered Superman who is still acting as if he has all the powers he had before, so he is getting his butt handed to him a lot. This particular issue, there's not a lot of action in it. There is a lot of talking, but it's Superman talking with the President of the United States. So there's a lot of gravitas to everything that happens in this issue. And then we get to hear what people really think of him, the people closest to him, and because it is Superman, Wonder Woman, there's a magic lasso that leads to truth-telling that all these folks are... So you get to hear what people really think of Superman. And honestly, it is the best I've ever read this character. The only time I really enjoyed Superman before was after he died, when he wasn't there. I thought those were fun stories. But we've got a character that is more human than I have ever seen Superman. It's exciting to actually enjoy Superman as a character for the first time ever.
High praise from there.
Yeah, I highly recommend basically any Superman book that's coming out right now. We've got Superman Action, the Batman Superman, and Superman Wonder Woman, and they're all telling the same long narrative, and it is fantastic.
He's also rocking a really cool T-shirt, so
he is.
That's sweet.
It very much reminds me of the Superboy remodel from Jeff Johns' run on Teen Titans.
Yeah, definitely. The black
jeans
shirt.
and T-shirt, and he's just kind of wearing he's a farmer. He's wearing farmer boots with his jeans and T-shirt, and he's just out there, doing what Superman does, but not as well because he can't fly. There's no heat vision. He's just. It's really interesting to see this character depowered, and he's still Superman. He still acts like he's Superman, even though it's not going well.
Awesome. My next book is going to be Spider-Verse. This is Spider-Verse number 4. This book is bonkers. It's pretty much every Spider character put together in this one book. You got Spider-Ham, Spider-Man India, Spider-UK, now our classic Spider-Man, or at least a version of the classic Spider-Man we know. In this book, Norman Osborn, he's kind of pretty mysterious in this, and you don't really know what side of the line he kind of falls on, good or evil. this issue kind of starts giving you hints as to what that might be. Other than that, I mean, the art in the book is incredible. It's by, I'm gonna probably butcher this name, Andre Araujo. Great stuff from that guy. Really cool twist on current Spider-Man characters. Also, Spider-Ham has probably the best drawn eyebrows in any comic ever. So come for the awesome Spider-Man, stay for his eyebrows. Check it out.
Anything with Spider-Ham.
Yeah, no,
'Cause,
absolutely.
Yeah, everybody loves bacon.
Yeah, and so does he. That's the greatest part.
All right, we're gonna continue with honestly with Secret Wars because there's nothing better in comics right now, in my opinion.
Unfortunately, not. Yeah,
We are
It's
having
great.
a blast with this crossover. I'm gonna jump in with Amazing Spider-Man: Renew Your Vows. This book did not go where we thought it was gonna go at the beginning. We were expecting, happy-go-lucky Peter, Mary Jane, but they live in a world or in an area of Battle World where superpowers are basically outlawed, and if you have them, you're gonna get eaten, basically. So in this issue, we've got the Parkers on the run. We finally get to see what the Resistance looks like, and we get to see their daughter in her first costume, which might be one of the most adorable things I've ever seen in a comic.
It's great.
We get to see some classic characters. Hawkeye's there. Classic Spider-Man characters. Hobie Brown, the Prowler, shows up. We get Dagger for a panel, I think. But it's a lot of fun. We get to see what's happened to what is basically S.H.I.E.L.D. in this area, and we get to learn a little more about the main bad guy, Regent.
Definitely.
His costume is very strange. He sort of looks like a weird skyscraper from the future, but as a dude.
Yeah, that's weirdly accurate.
Yeah, it is a strange aesthetic, but it weirdly works. But the book's been a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to see what happens next.
Yeah, a lot of the characters in that book, I really like how they're using them. For one, the Spot, I thought he was used really coolly. And Sandman. Sandman has a really cool moment in this that's, it's like, if you've read a lot of Sandman from particularly the Gauntlet, I believe, it seems natural what he does in this issue. So, yeah, I definitely recommend that as well.
Feels like
Absolutely.
a throwback to the Sandman who was in the Avengers.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Back in, I don't remember. It was
With
a
that
long time
crazy
ago.
costume.
Yeah.
It was so weird. Jack Kirby, I guess. I don't know. The book I'm going to talk about next is going to be Weird World. This book, I know I said this about the other book, Spider-Verse, but this truly is bonkers. This is the weirdest book in the world.
It is appropriately titled.
Absolutely. In this, we're following Archon. At the moment, he's fighting Magma Men. He's side by side with, I want to say his name is Warbow. He's a crystal warrior, like you do, a warrior made of crystal.
For those of us who grew up in the 80s, Crystal Warrior may be a thing that you remember, as they are carrying around a bag full of Crystar.
Yeah.
If that means something to you, awesome. If it doesn't, come in, I'll explain it.
Yes. Other than that, yeah, I mean, really amazing art. There's a moment in this book where Warbow, one of the Crystal Warriors, hands Archon a new map of Weird World. It's totally different than his previous map. Some of the things that included are, a forest of man-things. There appears to be a hippo with a machine gun mounted on his back. Can't wait to see that. Yeah, other than that, I mean, they're getting really in deep to the to who Morgan Le Fay is, her being the Baroness of this world. Not up to great things. She sent I guess someone who's similar to Archon. I think his name is Skullslayer. After Archon, so he's going to be facing that trouble. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a weird mashup of all these different genres because it's not definitely a sword and fantasy kind of book. A lot of sci-fi, a lot of other stuff in it. So if you're into really anything, just check out Weird World. It's great.
And the book is gorgeous.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's painted, but it absolutely looks like it is.
Yeah, probably the best looking book of Secret Wars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going on
It
right
is beautiful, and
Absolutely.
I cannot wait to see what happens when it comes back after Secret Wars.
Yes, yeah, great
That's
stuff.
going to be pretty cool. All right, the last book we're going to talk about today is Guardians of Nowhere, keeping on our Secret Wars theme. Where we left last issue, Drax the Destroyer had gotten pretty badly destroyed by Yotat, who has a funny name and a funnier costume. But that's not the important part of this book. The important part of this book is the theological debate between cosmically enhanced Gamora and Angela of the Thor Corps. They have, pretty good discussion about God and Doom and whether Doom is actually God. So one of the theories that we're floating is that the Angela from this issue of Guardians of Nowhere is actually the same Angela from MODOK Assassin from a couple weeks ago, where the fallen Thor who is no longer worthy and can't wield the hammer. Which, if the theological debate in here continues the way I think it's going to go in the next issue, I think we're going to see how the books line up with each other in the timeline.
Definitely. Yeah, a lot of cool characters in that book, namely the Nova Corps. Really different than the Nova Corps you've seen probably around. There is a Nova that you might recognize, but the rest of them are made up of, like, Adam Warlock, Venom in his awesome new design. I think, who else is there? Moondragon, a couple other cool people. So it's a really cool book. And the last page definitely leaves me curious, just because there's a character who shows up who I'm wondering about.
Yeah, I am not familiar with this character. It's one that I don't. I turned the page and I was like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's another rogue, I guess, to be added to the Guardians list. Because, like I said in a previous episode, there's not a whole lot of villains for the Guardians. So.
Yeah, I don't know that we're looking at a villain so much. I think what we're seeing is someone coming in from whatever's outside this little sphere of universe.
Right.
I kind of wonder if maybe the Silver Surfer book might tie into this one a little bit.
As of now, the Silver Surfer book, like from what you've said, it seems like you could be right about that. They haven't done anything definitive with that, but it's definitely, I feel like, a strong theory for sure.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens in the next issue.
Definitely. All right, guys, it's that time again for our pick of the week. Last week, my pick was Lando number 2, and Philip's pick was Planet Hulk number 3.
Philip's pick was Devil Dinosaur. Hulk's didn't matter. Devil Dinosaur was what mattered.
Fair enough. Fair point. So to start things off for our picks of the week this week, my pick is going to be Star Wars. Just really love this issue. Thought Stuart Immonen did a really good job for his first issue, and just great character moments between Han and Leia. Like I said. Really strong for me. I know I picked Star Wars Lando last week, but hey, Star Wars is awesome, and we're in like the height of Star Wars awesomeness right now. So check it out.
Plus, Immonen on anything is going to be fantastic.
He's basically a comic art god at this point.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, he's up there with Kirby and all those guys for sure.
You're going to get shot.
Uh-oh. Not that
That's
close.
all right.
That's
all right. My pick this week is not as controversial as Immonen and Kirby are the same. I picked Superman Wonder Woman, which was really difficult for me, as I've stated my weird aversion to Superman for most of my life. But the character work on this book is so good. And not specifically the Superman Wonder Woman book, just the Superman books in general. Just the character work is phenomenal. And that's something I think that is lacking in the big, giant pecs and biceps super guys. Just a lot of fun, really good stuff, strong stories.
So, pick of the week for him was Superman from someone who does not like Superman.
That is true.
So, come on, guys. It's good.
All right, folks. It's time for our trivia segment. Unfortunately, we had no correct replies last week for what I thought was a pretty easy question.
Very easy. Come on.
So, as you remember, we had the tote bag last week, and if you get the correct answer this time, we're going to throw a little something special in there for you. We're not going to tell you what it is. It'll be a surprise.
Surprise.
All right, so the question for those of you who don't remember is, what is the code name for the comic book version of the Daisy Johnson character from Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. television series? Her name is also Skye. So Daisy Johnson / Skye has a code name.
There's a third name, guys.
There's a third name.
3.
Yes, and I hope they leave it at that.
Yes.
But if you give me that code name, we'll put you in the running to win fabulous prizes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Fun.
All right, so I'm Tommy from RCX News. You can follow us at richmondcomics.com and on Twitter, Facebook, and everywhere else as Richmond Comics.
And I'm Travis from Checkpoint Ahead. You can follow me at that'srad with 2ds.tumblr.com. And you can also check out Checkpoint Ahead for awesome articles.
And we'll see you next Wednesday.